Good evening, Speed Gaming. Welcome to a rarity in the 2024 ALTTPR main tournament, an open match, as we feature two great runners in Group as F, Gammachuu and Tylersalt. We'll talk about them a bit as if either of them needs an introduction somehow. Anyway, I'm Drossi, here with my good buddy Sabotender. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Drossi, I'm doing great, man. I'm happy to be in the booth here with you. Should be a really fun little match here. Gammachuu kind of walking away with Group AF at the moment with a 4-0 record. But everyone else in the group is still fighting for that second place, so a big, important match for Tyler here.
Yeah, Tylersalt has split with Iceman, and both of them have taken one loss each to Iconic and one loss each to Gammachuu, so yeah, probably the best scenario for Tylersalt if he loses this is to hope that Gamma just sweeps the group, and then Tyler can try to get the second spot.
No doubt. So we're underway. Crystals all around in the light world here. Good stuff.
Yeah, so we see different starts. Gamma is, of course, a dirty Uncle Router because he has dirty hands.
Hey, I support it.
And the tree pull just gives us singles.
Joining us on tonight's broadcast, we've got Atoli here doing the button clicking behind the scenes. Thanks, Atoli, for clicking those buttons. Really appreciate that. So, show him some love in the chat there.
Yeah. Oh, and there is a nice early bottle of Blue Goo. You like to see that. Route in Sick Kid on your first trip to CAC. Better than Gamma's bottle of B. But yeah, we should say Tyler's ace up his sleeve is that in last year's tournament, he was the only runner to take a win off the eventual winner of the tournament, Ganon's Gone Wild, and in fact almost beat GGW twice. His loss to GGW was only by 20 seconds.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about, once we get into this, top 128, everyone that's running has got what it takes to pull off a couple of upsets here and there to really show their worth, and anything can happen.
I think you might even know a thing or two about that.
I know, yeah. I mean, back in the day, even a guy like me could do it.
Back when Andy was invincible. Ooh, Tyler lucking out with the bombs there. He gets 3 out of 4 50-50s.
That's always nice when that works out, because usually it doesn't, and it's really annoying when you're just grabbing at the bushes there and nothing's popping up.
And it looks like Gamma is planning to do the same thing because he still doesn't have any bombs.
Spied a sword there, so
yeah,
we're going to be going for that.
Since this is not a boot start, it's a really good thing to have bombs. Gamma's just going to content himself with one, though, which he will probably want to use to get that sword. I guess he has enough money to buy bombs as soon as he gets up into CAC. Tyler does not.
Mm-hmm.
So, not going to need to go back to library. We're finally getting the CAC check at about 3.5 minutes.
Huh, that didn't take long at all.
I guess it's because, it is useful to go into CAC with a few bombs. Oh, Tyler freeing the chicken in the back of Tavern. You don't usually see that as the liberated chicken.
No, but you gotta respect it.
Yeah. I didn't even remember there was a cuckoo there. Wow, we already have 4 heart pieces.
That's nice. Just a little bit of extra safety early on.
But Tyler isn't freeing the chicken in Chicken Hut.
Glove,
we do get
that.
Yeah. That glove is nice. Hopefully we'll get more bombs, because I know back of escape is something the runners are going to want to check soon.
Yeah, nice early little quick check you can do, as long as we have, as you say, the bombs to do it.
Okay. Tyler finds bombs in the back in well. Gamma buys them, so now we're fine.
I feel like that's a pretty common gamble, at least, to make, is that you're going to drop into this or Blind's Hut and get the bombs that you need.
Ooh.
A second glove. Okay.
Both gloves and CAC, and the well gives us enough money for Bottle Vendor.
Interesting.
By the way, Tyler's MSU today is 8-bit Big Band, and if we switch to Gamma at some point, he is playing Donkey Kong Country. Gee, early lamp too? Clearly, whoever rolled this seed was channeling their inner Scottish brave. So I bet this is a quit to sank to check back of escape.
Yeah, makes the most sense, I think. All right, down we go to the back of escape.
Jeez, all these heart pieces. And
very healthy speed.
Yeah, with that small key, and we have the lamp. Tyler, it gave you the small key. You have the lamp. You want to check Dark Cross there.
I don't mind a good, Dark Cross skip, but I feel like in this case, just go grab it.
Yeah, the seed's kind of screaming at you to do Dark Cross there. We'll see if Gamma does it. Tyler doing the more conventional South Shore routing now. No! What is this? Dark Cross gets no respect.
It's funny that both runners skipped out on it. There must be some kind of new meta going on here that old timers like us aren't hip to.
I guess. And we should also note that small key does put the front of escape in logic as well. Though with the lamp, we know that the small key was accessible wherever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a flooded shovel, so that's a fetch quest. And I believe that's 8 pieces of heart we've seen so far.
I think you could be right there. Yeah.
I was calling a race the other day, and we decided we'd count pieces of heart until the number of minutes played exceeded the number of pieces of heart found.
Oh.
And there's our second full heart container as well.
And nothing but junk otherwise, yeah.
What do you mean? That was our 9th piece of heart.
Oh, sorry, yes. Super important. Using that bee to bully those mold orms? Aw.
Seems like a perfectly good use of a bee to me. Sure.
Actually, yeah.
Sure loves Gamma there, following him everywhere. Gamma
How's
continuing
everyone in
on.
chat doing today? Oh, sorry. I just talked right over you, buddy.
Sorry.
How's chat doing? Let's get some activity in the chat there. How's everyone doing? It's a late evening for people on the East Coast. It's still a little bit, a bit earlier in the evening for me, but and also a very early morning for anyone in the EU who might be joining us.
And both of these runners are in California, so they're your time zone.
Oh, West Coasters. I love it.
So, Gamma checking out Ice Rod Cave. Which is junk. So, yeah, I mean, Tyler may be thinking hey, if I can make a few skips and gain some time on Gamma that way. I wonder if that was his motivation in skipping Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, neither of these runners have checked Shovel Spot yet, but I guess it's a pretty easy save and quit to Link's house. And of course, we haven't seen Saha Eastern. And what else is in Logic? Zora and Aegina? Oh, and right, we can climb the mountain, so Old Man and Spec Rock Cave. Or most of the mountain now that we just found that hookshot.
Very nice. That's the piece we were looking for, I think. Keep things moving along.
Yeah, Tyler's setting up the Death Warp here. I expect Gamma to do the same. That was kind of funny. It's the door right before picking up the key, and the game yells at him.
Yeah, right?
I don't think I've really seen that before.
So now we're going to do the Dark Cross. Okay. It's probably going to be junk, huh? Right?
I mean, I guess the early lamp is just for mountain access. Yeah, okay. Now that we have that hook shot, there's so much we can do on the mountain.
Yeah, really.
Heck, we can even do Super Bunny Cave as a Super Bunny if we really want to.
Ooh, yeah, we could.
Oh, Tyler going to scout out Lumberjack on his way. I don't think Gamma scouted it either.
Nope, don't think so. So, might as well get... You're not going to be any closer to this check than right now, so take a peek.
More bombs. So got a bit of divergence here. If Gamma finds like the mirror or the hammer, this could give him a much more efficient... or the Moon Pearl. How about that? So he can do Dark Death Mountain when he goes up there.
I was like just the piece he was looking for there.
Yeah, so that could give him a bit of an advantage on this mountain trip.
Yeah, this could actually have some big implications if there's like anything good in the dark world on the mountain here. Because like Tyler's hopefully find something in the light world to keep him going, but you might end up leaving these dark world mountain checks for a while. You don't want to have to make another trek up the mountain.
Right. It's really the 4 checks of Hookshot Cave, because we can do Super Bunny Cave as a Super Bunny if we're so inclined.
That is true.
Or I suppose if the mirror shows up, and Hookshot Cave leads to 5 checks that Gamma can get and Tyler can't.
Mm-hmm.
Good old 7-item Paradox Cave, which has been coming up kind of junky lately. Red meringue so far.
Red meringue so far.
I don't know, I feel like I've seen a lot of seeds lately where Paradox Cave was just flat out junk.
Could be that just, the fill algorithm just doesn't like it right now.
Sure seems that... Okay! Hammer's not junk.
Nope, not junk at all.
So you definitely want to do Hera while you're up here. We haven't actually had any map checks yet. We don't know whether it's a crystal or a pendant.
We had a map check right off the rip. It was all 3 were crystals.
Oh, okay. Were they all regular crystals?
Yes.
Cool.
No doubt. It is kind of rough for Tyler to not have the pearl. Hopefully it doesn't bite him too hard, but it would be nice to be able to clear these checks out that Gamma's going to be able to do.
Okay, and a non-vanilla Hera Big Key. That's always good to see.
I really do like all the variations on the various little skips that we have here. You know, the Hera pot here. Everyone's got their own little setup for it, and I like to see how people kind of, come up with their own ideas for how to pull it off.
For sure. And people come up with new ways of doing it all the time.
Yeah, right?
And this is like the blessed Hera that Tyler didn't even have to open Compass Chest because he had already found both items.
Yeah, it does not get any better than that.
Of course, they were both big 20s, so it's not like we have any progression here. I'm a bit worried that the progression is going to be in Hookshot Cave, and this seed is going to get lopsided in a hurry if so. But Tyler first runner on the board just before the 18-minute mark.
I feel like there's still going to be, Tyler's going to be locked out of a lot of stuff for right now, so he's going to get funneled over to Eastern, and he's going to pick up a Moon Pearl. Then he's going to have a lot of other stuff that he can do, so, I think this could be okay.
Right, we basically have full Dark World access once you get the Moon Pearl.
Yeah.
I don't think...
I'm thinking to come back and wrap this up here. I forgot about Spiral Cave.
I don't think Gamma with 1 blue goo has quite enough to be able to cheese Spike Cave.
I mean, we're cutting it pretty close.
Tyler is out of there, so I guess he pretty well has to go to Saha Eastern area now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think he doesn't really have too many other options.
Oh, Shovel Spot,
Shovel.
right.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
haven't seen that.
Now, this feels like a check that Gamma probably will skip on for a while, so this could be an interesting little one right here.
Yeah, if he gets Mirror, I could see him bringing it in with Smith Chain, because suddenly that's a lot of stuff, but it's junk.
Of course, it's junk.
Oh, is Tyler going down to the desert? Looks that way.
All right, that's interesting.
This is probably a case of Gamma may not do this for a while, so Tyler's just hoping that he can get an edge here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dark World check. 5, 6 are TR and Meyer, and our pendants are Swamp, Ice, and Pod, with Pod being the green pendant.
A lot of info to take in on that page there.
Yeah. Oh. Bombos in Aegina. That's kind of interesting.
That is kind of interesting. We have no idea if we need to get what we need to get into Meyer or TR at this point. So,
or if the rule of fire is dictating that the fire rod's sitting in ice and we need Bombos to get it.
Right.
But do you really want to go into pendant ice?
Ooh, hopefully not. So far here, Gamma hasn't found anything in Super Bunny, so these hookshot cave checks are going to be interesting. Oh, a little TR stop here as well.
And that's Quake. I was just thinking, actually, like, with Swamp and Ice both being pendants, you probably don't want to even think about diving pendant ice unless you get the flippers.
Yeah, right.
Because for all you know, the flippers are in GT and the game is trying to keep you out of ice.
Mm-hmm. Well, good break here for Tyler. Gamma found nothing in hookshot, so nothing super progression related off of his radar for right now, which is good. It keeps this one nice and close.
Yeah, I guess the mountain trip was really just to get the hammer. So we're getting very different Dark World approaches from these two runners. Master Sword and Hype Cave, and Half Magic. That's moderately hype.
Yeah, not bad for Hype Cave.
But Gamma, who often will start lower Dark World with Hype Cave, is starting with the Village of Outcasts today.
It's always fun to mix it up a little bit.
Tyler doing his favorite check, Pyramid Ledge. If you go to his stream, he even has a counter of number of seeds since Pyramid Ledge was something useful.
That is a great stat to be tracking.
Heart container.
Add another seed to the counter there, I guess.
And of course, with the hammer, Thieves Town is full clearable here and a crystal, so no reason not to just go do it. Now Tyler really going for a check that Gamma will never do, even if it costs him the race.
Oh, catfish. Way out here.
Ooh. Fire Rod in the front of Thieves. Guess we do Skull Woods next.
Yeah, it makes this section of the map nice and easy to finish off here. So Tyler wants to clean up that East Death Mountain in the Dark World there. I don't blame him, you know. You find out where that Pearl location was, and you got to start covering your bases. You know that Gamma probably found that, and you've got to get up here in case you're missing anything.
At the same time, there is that ABCD rule, always be clearing crystal dungeons, which Gamma's following. And
ABCD is like word is bond there. That's you got to be doing that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and it's paying off well for Gamma so far, because being able to full clear Crystal Thieves is now giving him the ability to full clear Crystal Skull Woods. So that's 3 crystals down, and we're not even at half an hour. I mean, we'll be past half an hour by the time he gets the 3rd crystal, but still. And boots. Boots are good.
Just getting better and better.
I have to believe it's getting better. It's getting better all the time. So yeah, Gamma being Gamma is giving us a textbook lesson in clearing crystal dungeons paying off.
Mm-hmm. CFE with a true big brain there in the chat.
Oh yeah, we had 3 items in the front. The boots were the 4th item, so Gamma correctly skips the chest and blind cell.
Yeah, nice easy Thieves Town here.
Yeah, what is this seed? Hera gave us both of its items up front. Thieves is giving us all its items up front.
This game's being too nice. Something's gonna happen.
Okay, Tyler's got to be going for a village now with this Sank start.
Yeah, unless he's gonna go really out there and like dip a pendant pod. This has got to be the play you make.
Master Sword will give him a slightly easier time of things, but it's not a huge advantage.
Well, Gamma wrapped up Blind's fight there, no problemo. Likely heading up to Skull Woods next.
No muffin stash. Oh, Gamma not doing Skull Woods. I mean, he has the mitt so he can get back up this way. I wonder if he wants to route in Smith or something?
I guess this is, you know, you've completed another crystal, you're just thinking like, I'm just going to knock off some quick checks on the, kind of balancing your overworld and your dungeon diving. So I can see it. I think the boot probably was the clincher on this one. To be able to quickly get from Sank over to the forest would be the Skull.
Oh my!
Well, that really worked out well.
Yeah, that mirror's gonna help his routing for sure. Definitely want to ask him about what his plan was doing chest game when he... sorry, dig game when he did it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hammer Peg's just vanilla today. I mean, is Gamma gonna go all the way to Purple Chest before he thinks about Skull Woods?
Again, yeah, I think the boots making it such an easy dungeon to get back to. Like if he didn't pick up the boots, I think. Oh, all right,
just
fine,
what we didn't want to see.
Actually, yeah.
That Flippers puts Hobo and Waterfall Cave and Hylia Island in logic, but it also puts 2 Pendant Dungeons in logic.
Yeah, it opens up so much of the map here, but it's stuff that you just don't want to have to be doing, actually.
Honestly, we're a bow away from Pedant logic.
Oh, yeah.
Well, technically we don't know that. Cold Stare could have a small key and the game's expecting us to get Samaria before beating Cold Stare, but that's an edge case. Stumpy's got junk for us. Tyler's gonna grab his boots. You don't feel too bad about boots at about half an hour. It's just when your opponent happens to have had them for 5 minutes already.
Yeah, 30 minutes is not too bad. It's when you get closer to your hour mark that you start going, I should have had, you know, assuming you could have had them sooner, then you start to think, I might have lost some time on this here.
Ooh, and Purple Chest gives us a sword. So Gamma's about to have Tempered because I have to imagine he's doing Hype Cave now.
Just how far will this overworld checking situation go? Will he go for Pyramid and Catfish, or will we call it a day and then head for Skull Woods?
Yeah, I mean, if Tyler's trying to do out there plays, GFE in chat saying that he could dive Swamp. Tyler also correctly counting the chests in Thieves Town. Kudos to both runners.
Ooh, Gamma going for Swamp? Okay.
Wow. I don't know. ABCD, it was working well for him, and I guess you have to wonder why the seed just gave you Mirror and Flippers.
Right? You know, 'cause I think that's like that part of this game that gets a lot of people is that things are going smoothly. Okay, I gotta do something a little bit out of the ordinary, or something that could be a little bit of a waste of time, because there's got to be something, some kind of hook to this seed.
Well, of course there's a hook. We got the hook pretty early.
Right, my bad.
Okay. Tyler is doing what I was kind of expecting Gamma to do and taking the Fire Rod to Skull Woods.
Tyler probably feeling that heat after doing the extra mountain climb. Like, okay, I really need to be clearing crystal dungeons here.
Since Gamma is Gamma, I fully expect there to be something in Swamp.
Right?
I wonder who picked this mode.
Yeah, I actually don't know.
Tyler going to the back. You gotta beat Moth anyway. with how this seed's been, maybe both items are sitting in the back. And if you have to go back to the front afterwards to look for items, well, you're that much easier of a time getting back to Village of Outcasts and getting the mirror and flippers. Hey, bottle percent for Gamma.
So Arya in chat letting us know that it was Tyler that chose open mode today.
Okay. Oh, there is a bow in the back of Swamp Palace. We need that.
Everything coming up Gamma right now. Thanks, Swamp Palace. Argus fight going pretty smoothly here.
Well, that does put Head in logic. But of course we need the bow for Eastern as well.
Right. So we're leaving left side swamp, so that could be a couple of outs that Tyler could take advantage of a little later on in the seed.
And big chest. We got the big key but never used it. Wow, Tyler gets moth by the skin of his teeth. For Quake, which we know we will need for TR.
Okay, okay.
And Gamma grabs a lot of money off of Lake Hylia Island and is continuing his flipper checks over to Waterfall and Zora. For the flute.
Okay, okay.
I guess once you go down that way, you just follow the stuff the seed's throwing at you.
Yeah, right.
The thing is just that going down that way to begin with rather than doing Skull Woods.
All right, Zora, what you got?
So now we activate the flute, and I'm gonna guess Gamma flutes to 5. Might even open up pod. Okay, he's gonna do King's Tomb first.
I feel like we'd get Gamma moving over to Misery Mire area, get that little last bit of intel on what medallion we need.
Possibly, though we're still looking for stuff like Samaria and Ice Rod.
This is true.
But yeah, flute plus mirror gives us desert.
We're probably going to be approaching his mirror very shortly here.
Sure looks that way, and then I guess we'll see if he... I mean, you pretty much have to do Smith Chain at this point when you've just been handed the mirror right here. We'll see if he follows it all the way around into Swamp.
the potential for some weird stuff on left side swamp is still a possibility.
I mean, the Ice Rod can be anywhere except in GT and on Trinexx.
Anywhere else is fair game.
So here's Tyler's flippers incoming. Gamma with the flute is probably just gonna mirror and flute away after beating Moth.
You know, I think given that I was going to have some like decisions to make after doing this purple chest here, the swamp being kind of like right there, yeah, I could see him taking the dip in. You don't want to, you know, is he going to run all the way to pod next? Like, really? I don't think so.
Right, and pod's a pendant, and no one likes going into Eastern.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's like pod and ice are your completable dungeons after this.
Yeah.
So here's Tyler's Tempered Sword. Yeah, I wonder if Gamma will now flute to 6 after beating Moth.
I mean, I think it's probably the play.
And sure enough, Tyler also going into Swamp, so that's good news for him.
So we'll see if Tyler wants to go left side swamp. That could be something. That's a tough decision to make, though, especially if he does what Gamma did and just went for the back right away. You get your bow, you think you got the one piece out of there, you just get out.
And the big key is in Diver Down Room, so you have to do some amount of backtracking if you want to check Big Chest. Oh, that was too quick. Did you catch what my medallion is?
Yeah, it was Ether. The one we don't have.
The one we haven't seen. Oh, well, there's our other bow, so guess we didn't need to go... Well, yeah, we didn't need to go to Swamp, we just needed the flute out of Waterfall Cave.
Interesting.
That's just silly. Flippers were certainly logically required, but...
Yeah, and it feels like, you know, like, both runners were totally right to think, oh, Swamp's the play, and seeing that first bow pop up, like, great, I figured it out, you know?
There is no way that the silvers save you so much time, though, to make doing Swamp worth it.
Oh god, no.
And there's the Ice Rod just sitting there in desert on the glide path. So, I mean, Tyler's big out is if he does Big Chest and left side Swamp and Samaria's hiding there.
Ooh. Still 2 items out there that we're looking for, so plenty of places for it to be. Or those items too.
It is funny, though, how Gamma getting the bow and now Tyler getting the bow seems like such a great play, and then it turns out it's horrible.
Yeah, in both cases, I'm sure these runners were like, "Oh yeah, nailed it," you know.
And I'm sure Tyler will get silvers too, and probably feels similarly to Gamma about like, oh. I mean, maybe Samaria's on ped. That's still a possibility.
Oh yeah.
Nice quick Argus fight.
There's one thing I've definitely noticed in this race is both Gamma and Tyler are executing very well.
Oh, for sure. Gamma's routing has just been a little bit more efficient, in part because he got that Moon Pearl earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Which in turn got him to boots earlier because he didn't do a second mountain climb.
So the mystery of Left Side Swamp is going to remain until it becomes a last location in the worst case for our runners.
Until Kane of Samaria is there.
Yeah.
And Tyler heading up towards Pod.
Now this is a shakeup here.
Nope, going right back. Oh, doing Hobo, which Gamma skipped. No, blue mail, and Gamma doesn't even want it. Gamma,
Very
of course,
confident.
Well, Gamma, the reigning spoiler champion, 10 hearts is a luxury.
Oh, yeah.
There's Gamma's useless bombos.
So does Gamma
Gamma going
want
for
to see the
Spike Cave?
Spike Cave? Yeah.
Oh, he never scouted Spec Rock Cave.
Okay. So it gives him a couple things to do up here, I guess. See you later, GFE. So Tyler giving us our first look at Eastern Palace here. Gamma finding nothing in Spike Cave. Gonna probably combo this with Pod afterwards if we don't find anything too juicy in here. So let's see where this goes.
Is this Gamma to Hobo? Looks it.
Mm-hmm. Switching it up.
Figured we'd do a little bit of Gamma's MSU.
Yeah.
How's the volume? Bump it up a little bit?
Could be a little louder, I think. At least compared to Tyler's, it's different. This is a bit quieter.
Of course,
Fear
there's
Factory
also a
is
relatively
such a
quiet
good
track.
Yeah, that's true.
Tyler does the 50-50 gamble, and it doesn't pay off.
Yeah, you start to get a little bit nervous about leaving too many of these like one-off checks. We've already skipped left side swamp. You don't want to, leave one more, place to come back to if you've got to do some cleanup later on.
So, on Gamma's side, we just need Ether and Samaria, right?
That is correct, yes.
When did you get that dancing cactus emote?
I don't know when I added that, but maybe a little while, maybe a year ago, I guess. It's a good one.
Okay, and Armos just gives us a partial refund on our arrows. And there's Samaria just sitting in Pendant Pod, because Pendant Pod. Bit surprised Gamma did this before Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from Tyler's perspective, he still needs Ice Rod and Flute as well.
Yeah, he's got a couple more pieces to pick up still.
So, higher chance that Tyler full clears this, but it looks like Gamma's going for the full clear anyway, which is a little bit more surprising.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, for Gamma, he's got TR, but, I mean, you're already here in pods, so I guess you clear it out a little bit. I think Helma Skip is probably right, as Great Antibug says there.
And, well, it is Green Pendant. We don't have the book. Do you want to hedge against Ether being on Ped?
Yeah. Kind of a tough call, but I don't know. I could see a skip out and heading for a TR or something. I don't know. We do already have one pendant though, so that added weight as well. So
For both runners.
yeah.
I haven't been counting items, have you?
I have not been counting items.
Well, Samaria was the only item in the front. And, yeah, Gamma's not doing Helma King. Tyler thinks about rushing Helma King, decides against it.
I mean, sometimes when the dungeon presents itself this way, you kind of think, yeah, why not?
Second seed in a row I've calmed where Pod Compass Chest was vanilla. Though it's more impressive in a Key Sanity seed. Okay, so... I counted pod items. Helma King does have an item.
Okay.
And after a moment's thought, Tyler decides that he does want the 2 items here because, of course, you get the one on Helma King and then you mirror and turn in the green pendant.
Yeah, and with Tyler missing just a couple more pieces for go mode, just you're starting to think you really can't skip too much else because you might be leaving that item behind that you don't have yet.
And maybe it's Ether, which he doesn't know he needs, but we know he needs.
Yeah, right.
And that is crystal number 5 for Gamma.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close here. Just looking for Ether Medallion. Could be in a lot of different places, though, so it's going to be a medallion hunt. This makes sense for Gamma here to be heading for another crystal dungeon that he can complete. NTR has a lot of items to check, so perfectly makes sense to go for it.
Yeah, including Mimic Cave, that's 6 items. Oh yeah, chat pointing out that the medallion requirements are vanilla, in fact.
Oh, that's right, they are.
I remember when I was really new to Randomizer, I didn't realize that sometimes Meyer and TR could require the same medallion. I thought they had to require different medallions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! Well, there's Tyler's out.
Wow.
Now the question is, when does he get his flute?
Yeah, he needs to get all the other pieces, man. He's so close.
Yeah, the worst thing Tyler could do now is go to Death Mountain and do TR, because that's not going to work. Okay, he is not doing... He's turning in the green pendant, which we know isn't going to get him anything, but we'll have to see what he does next.
I mean, I guess he goes in full clears Meyer, right?
He doesn't have the flute.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, right. Okay, so... Okay, that's
okay, but he is not on the mountain. That is good.
Yes.
Right, King's Tomb, and then if he just continues east from here, he will be well on his way. Because we haven't seen books, so as far as we know, you cannot portal save if you do TR without the Ice Rod. Where's Tyler going now?
Other boots check.
Oh, right, he hasn't done Bonk Rocks yet.
It's so funny how, like, the timer is, like, just ticking away here, you know, where Tyler's got this nice little edge here, but he doesn't realize it yet, and we're watching Gamma here, who's going to be stuck at some point. And how long is it going to take for Gamma to get back to Pod?
Tyler doing Ice Rod Cave, which he abandoned long ago. I'm not sure I agree with this. It's one of those, you abandon a one-off like that, you have a lot of other stuff you could do at the hour mark.
Mm-hmm.
You figure if there is something here, your opponent's had it forever and you're behind. But importantly, he is now doing the flipper checks. He will get his flute.
Yeah, he's trending in the right direction here, so this is good.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, Tyler gets the flute. Of course he does pod and desert. That'll give him the ice rod. That's his go mode. And I don't know how long it'll be before Gamma goes back to Helma King.
Yeah, I mean, like, you would think that Ice Palace kind of starts to call to you a little bit. Even going back into Swamp, we have at least 2 items in there. That's 2 versus, I guess there were 2 with the Helmet and Green Pendant, but you've got some decisions to make. It's not like a dead set, I gotta go to Pod next.
Yeah. You're obviously not going into Mire, but there's Ice. You know, Pod is for 2 items at this point. Ice is for 3.
Yeah. Yes, the ice rod is right. Is the top chest there?
Yeah,
in,
map chest.
Desert Palace map chest. Yeah, you can't miss it.
I mean, there's some possibility Tyler does Mire before Desert. I mean, if he does Desert first, then he can go mode Mire, and that's just great, unless the big key's vanilla.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually see the layout of TR, whether Tyler will be able to gain much by go moding it.
I didn't pay attention either.
Tyler checking the medallion by force of habit. You have all 3 of them.
It's got to feel good to see that it was Ether there.
Yes, I suppose it gives... Well, I mean, he'd find that out quickly enough. But yes, it gives him the information that Gamma might not have Ether.
Ooh,
And Tyler
okay.
is going to get his go mode in Desert before he goes into Mire, so that'll save him a checkerboard check. If nothing else in TR, it'll save him a Mimic Cave check.
Yeah, right.
And a mountain climb, since TR will be his last crystal. I love this track from Super Mario Land. You ever play that back in the day?
I did, yes.
I was so addicted to that game for a while. It was one of my first Game Boy games.
Nice. I actually did not own a Game Boy until Pokemon Blue came out, but I did have friends who had a Game Boy early on, so I got to sneak a peek at Super Mario Land every now and then.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so Tyler is in go mode.
Now we wait and see what Gamma does next in his search for the Ether Medallion, which we all know is on Helmasorki.
Right. Gamma actually has a crystal lead for a bit. But yeah, just the amount of time it takes to get to Helma King. You have to do the hedge maze, you have to do the cutscene. Even if Gamma were to go there immediately, it would be really close.
Yeah, it would be.
Because in that amount of time, Tyler will be well through Mire. Depending on where the big key is.
We're doing these north side checks with Gamma here. Not the ones we want to be doing, unless after Catfish somehow we get funneled back down to odd, but what's probably going to happen is he's going to work his way over to Ice Palace after that, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, you're assuming Gamma would ever do Catfish.
Does he literally never do it?
He has lost quite a few seeds over his refusal to do Catfish.
Gotta respect it, I guess.
But it looks like he might be going there.
I feel like because you're, running it in with the portal to Ice Palace, this is why you can justify making this check at this point.
This is going to be some interesting post-race interview conversations with the runners, I'll say that much.
A real back-and-forth affair here. It's been a lot of fun to be watching this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like Gamma was just doing what Gamma does and finding everything, and then Tyler pulls that one item. Ooh, Butter Sword.
Wow, yeah, we are fully equipped now.
Gonna be a fast Ganon fight.
I think, going through Mire when you're in go mode, it's the worst feeling when you cannot find the big key fast enough. It's so frustrating as a runner.
Well, at least there is that little piece of logic that if we find a small key in the compass chest, big key must be vanilla, so then you just go to the cutscene and know that's where it is.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, there's no small key there, so now we just have to guess, and at this point, you're gonna do lobby and map chest first.
Anything to not do cutscene.
Right. I mean, it's not that long a walk up the map chest. That's our second item, so it was cutscene.
Ugh.
Big key is in iced tea, and Gamma didn't bother getting it.
That's really one of those just completely on reflex there to open that chest up or try and open that chest up.
Yeah. It's not often that you see a race in which both runners at different points trigger the something is missing, the big key. And all that work just for a small key in the big chest.
Just brutal. Both of our runners experiencing some serious dungeon pain here.
Yeah, this is... It looked like the seed was just leading us to progression for a while, and now we're, approaching an hour 10, and... Yeah, Tyler's in go mode, but he still has TR to do. Gamma's not even in go mode.
Yeah, it did kind of... It wasn't like it was a jet seat or anything, but it did kind of grind to a halt.
Yeah. So you think Gamma goes back into pod after this?
Yeah, I guess.
Seems reasonable, because at that point it's 3 items, because you're also opening ped.
Yeah.
But especially with having to do Meyer cutscene, I think any way you slice it, Gamma's behind unless Tyler screws something up. Oh, I didn't even notice we got the mushroom and ice.
Yeah.
Isn't Vinny nice with silvers?
Yeah, truly a game changer to have silver arrows for that fight.
Gamma didn't even want that single item out of... single arrow out of Potion Shop. So he's doing all his fetch quests before Pod.
Yeah, tough for him because, you know, you've just found a couple of items, so you got to kind of like follow through with them. I dipped ice. I got to at least see what these, you know, items might give.
Okay, as Tyler makes his final climb up the mountain, ooh boy, Gamma going back to Swamp.
Yeah, that might about do it on this one.
Yeah, that's pretty much GG. Something really crazy would have to happen to Tyler now.
Yeah, I don't think I was. I mean, I couldn't. You couldn't count Gamma entirely out of it if he had just gone for Pod right away. You know, because then, you know, GT variability could have been a little bit funky. I feel like Gamma executes just slightly better, so there could have been some room there. But Tyler's in the driver's seat right now, which is good for him. He's trying to secure second place in his group, and a win here would do a lot for that.
Absolutely. I mean, no one in the group's taken a win off of Gamma yet. But yeah, it was funny, your remark about Gamma executing a bit better. I'm thinking, you think the winner of the spoiler tournament has good execution?
Yeah, I think he does, actually. So we've got our big key in TR already, so we can likely skip the lava chest.
By the way, I was just thinking with the layout of the group, Gamma has already clinched advancement to brackets.
Yes, Gamma came into this at 4-0 and 0. So already, yeah, locked in no matter what happens at this point, because the rest of his group has kind of cannibalized itself a little bit.
Right.
With Iconic at 2 and 2, and then Iceman and Tyler at 1 and 3.
Right, because the only way... Oh, there's the other mail upgrade. How about that? The only way 4 wins doesn't advance you to brackets is if there's a 3-way tie. Oh, okay, Gamma has the moral victory with the fillet there.
Nice.
But yeah, the only way a 3-way tie is possible at 4 wins is if the final runner goes 0 and 6, but as we've said, all the runners in this group have at least 1 win, so that isn't happening.
Oh, Gamma still has Pyramid Ledge. Ugh.
Gamma really never checked that? I guess not.
I don't think Gamma has anything else that they can do, so it's gotta be Pod.
Did he really exhaust everything? I guess he did.
I think literally everything is already done, yeah, so this is it for Gamma.
I mean, Gamma is very efficient at full clearing seeds.
Yeah, picking up his last couple items here, 115, you know, so that's efficient, you know, considering all considered.
Yeah. Even with 4 hearts, I'm not too worried about Tylersalt in this fight. With Butter Sword and all.
It's pretty safe.
Not even... Oh, he does get locked out of switching items, though, while the neck explodes. Which does cost him a cycle.
Nicely done.
Hey, and we get to play a game that we hardly ever get to play anymore.
Oh, wow. How about that? Is it the Big Key guessing game? For real?
Yeah! You can even spend channel points to get more channel points.
No way. Is that how that works? Crazy.
You have a favorite chest?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go with lucky number 13 today.
So, depending on routing, that's probably either Fire Snake or Rando Room.
Yeah, it usually ends up in the Rando Room, I think. Depending.
Maybe Tyler will entertain us with a Rando Rush.
Whoa.
It is funny, I'm looking at the reasonably full bottom rows of the trackers on both runners' sides and thinking about, like, Swamp was completely unnecessary.
Who would have thought? You know, that's when we first got there and saw the bow was there, we thought that was just it. That was the key to everything. Turned out it was not necessary at all.
So it looks like Tylersalt will probably do Dark Magician, though maybe Rando Rush. I want to see Rando Rush.
Is Rando Rush what they call just doing left side now?
You do left side to Rando Room and then mirror and go right all the way to the back.
Oh. Okay. That one's kind of interesting. I don't know about that. And Gamma getting hit with the pain here that Meyer is cutscene chest for Big Keys, so no way to shorten this dungeon at all.
But he does get a gold sword en route.
It's true.
There's also the patented Gamma route, where depending on his key situation, he'll do Hope. If he doesn't get a small key in Hope, he'll of course go left. And then after Rando, sometimes he will then mirror and do Compass Room.
Okay.
He says it's because at that point, if he doesn't have that many keys, then Tile Room is likely a small key, so he just assumes it's a small key and continues accordingly, and that makes Compass room more likely or something. I don't quite get it, I just know that he has this strange route of GT basement sometimes.
The tension's got to be mounting for Tyler here. You know, you're in GT. It's, you know, about 120. You've made a couple of missteps along the way, but you kind of got bailed out by a ether medallion on Helma there. You're not sure. You know, it's Gamma you're going up against here. Are you good? Are you not?
Right. You never feel great if you're an hour 20 into an open seat against Gamma and you haven't started the climb yet.
Yeah, I sure wouldn't.
Oh, there's 17 hearts for Tyler. Quite a health difference between the runners.
Yeah.
And we are closing in. Just got Bob's Chest, Ice Armos, and Tile Room left.
It's been a bit of a hunt trying to find this big key.
Oh, right, and Tyler doesn't have a powder to powder Bob with. Vanilla. And the book.
A little bit of light reading on your GT climb.
Okay, I would just like to shout out Silvaria, who was the only person who thought that the big key would be vanilla and just spent 50 points to win about 100,000 points.
I like those odds. That is a big payout. Hey there, Lana Beam. Thanks for raiding. Welcome to the last little bit of this race between Tylersalt and Gammachuu. Looks like Tylersalt's going to take this one. It's been a nice back and forth affair. We had some items in some odd places, and it was a lucky ether medallion on Helma King that Tyler digged out of Pod that Gamma skipped on. It's kind of made the difference here.
I wonder if Leoria is watching somewhere. She'd be so happy. Because Leoria would definitely figure this seed out. She loves Green
Yeah.
Pendant Helma.
Nice.
Gamma will be in GT before Tyler gets to Agate 2, but it's a long time in that basement to get to Ice Armos.
Yeah, it really is. There's no real way for Gamma to make up any time here unless we do a weird kind of YOLO for the Ice Armos. No desire to look at any of the chests here in the final four.
What are you even gonna find? I mean, well, I guess for all Tyler knows, like, powder or cake but even those are only marginal useful at this point. And Gamma did do Hope first, did not find a small key, so he's forced left.
Alrighty, into the Aga 2 fight. Bit of a tricky pattern. Good to get a double on that one.
Yeah, those balls didn't quite cooperate for Tyler. Ooh, almost got a triple.
Not too bad there.
So let's see how Gamma routes this. Is he going to continue to the back, or is he going to mirror after Rando Room?
Yeah, we'll see. Is he going to bleed more time?
Well, this is what I was saying about how he sometimes... see, he's got the mirror out. Nope, he is continuing to the back.
Alright, Tyler's in the Ganon fight. This should be, you know, open and shut case here. We got everything we possibly wanted.
Yay, I spoke Leoria into existence.
Ganon likes to warp. Tyler just wants to dot done. Not letting him.
Phase 3.
Definitely getting a banger on the soundtrack here, though. This is good stuff. Alrighty, and down goes Ganon. GG's to Tylersalt taking this one off of Gammachuu here, moving himself up to 2 and 3 in his group. Kind of hanging in the mix there for second place.
Yeah, so he still does need to win his last race against Iconic to have a shot at brackets.
Ooh, that was a good one. Boy, oh boy. Nice little back and forth affair. Lots of twists and turns along the way. Love to see it.
We are joined by our winner, Tylersalt. GG, dude.
Oh boy, GG's.
Nicely done, buddy.
Oh man, this is the first time I've beaten Gamma in anything, and I could not have picked a better time.
Yeah, just when you needed to get back in it for your group.
And thanks to the admins for I'll be the first person to say this in this year's tournament. Thanks to the admins for including Open. All power to Open for this win today.
Nice.
Were you feeling as much of a roller coaster of emotions as it looked to us like you must have been feeling with how the seed went?
My goodness, I was up and down and up and down. Like, I felt like I was a little late to the boots because I had a kind of a non-traditional opening to my Dark World.
Right, going back to the mountain, I think, was...
Yeah, and going back to the mountain. Well, you know, it's like I very easily could have had the Moon Pearl before I went up to the mountain, and so I was like, well, you know, like let's kind of hedge here and get this stuff that Gamma could very easily have gotten on his first trip up. But yeah, so I felt a little late to the boots. Felt great when I found nice mirror shield, Gamma. Good luck. I felt great when I got the bow out of swamp. Felt pretty good when I got ether off of Helma. Felt great when I saw ether, and then felt really bad when I got the silvers in Meyer Shield. I didn't need to go into swamp at all. Oh no.
Well, it's funny because Gamma was in there before you, and he pulled the bow there, and we thought, "Oh my God, Gamma, brilliance!" And then we saw where the other bow was.
Yeah.
No, the concern with you was Gamma got to the flute much sooner. So once you got ether, then the question was, how quickly would you find flute?
The Zora area was definitely on my mind at that point, and I'm glad that I did a little bit, that my route worked out, that I was able to kind of get back there. I hadn't checked the boots checks yet, so I was like, oh, I can go through the pond here. By the way, I don't know if you're got eyes on the race room. Gamma was asking for an invite.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just mark him down, get him his invite.
And so I felt like, oh, okay, here's this clever, like, cross keys ass routing thing that I could do, and use the Sank Pond, the Lost Woods Pond, to take it over and clean up Ice Rod Cave and do the Zora area. And then I got the flute, and I was like, oh boy, I could have been super late to that. And it sounds like I was, but.
And here is Gamma as we watch him drop into Ganon. GG.
Gamma.
Hey, hello, GG to Tyler.
Thank you.
I love open.
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah. The first thing that came into my mind is, did Tyler go to Dark World without that hook shot, without that hammer? Once I found the Moon Pearl, because I had hook shot on hand, and I thought, okay, I feel pretty good. I could see him making a full Dark World loop without a hammer on hand. And then the swamp dip happened. Then I got my bow in there. I thought, okay, I think I'm god rotting. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Then I get the flute after. And I get the silvers in my shit. I'm like, okay, I am no longer feeling that great. And then I get the ice rod and desert. I'm like, okay, this is starting to turn very jutty, and I don't like it now after that swamp dip. And yeah, the pod dip, I felt like, okay, this is fine. I think it's not the worst. Still kind of sucks, but I don't think, I'm not going to bother with Helma. It was Samaria opening up TR, and I still had Eastern Palace left and Untouched Ice and a couple of oral checks. So, yeah.
By the time I made it into pod, I did Eastern first. I did Eastern before going into pod, because it was a crystal and I hadn't been in there yet. And GG's, by the way. But I didn't have the flute when I was in pod. So, so I was like, all right, I could go to Helma, I could go into Pendant Ice, or I could go into Ice Rodless TR. And none of these seem super appealing. Pod is the green pendant, at Leoria of Light. Let's get the pendant, turn it in, and then go from there. And then saw that ether medallion come up, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, all right, that's spicy. That might have been the break that I needed." So,
yeah, it's funny you say that. I told myself this is a Leo seed. This is a big Leo seed if I've seen one. For me, it's just like you get to Mario, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna bait it away. I'm gonna go straight into Crystal TR. Like, I'm not gonna even touch it. But yeah, I mean, it's there's an item on Helmasaur, and Green Penetration is like not the worst call, but I'm just the silvers getting my is like you don't know that because you didn't have the flute by at that time. Right. So it's like I feel like crap now. Let's cut some corners if I can.
Yeah, but I think that was given the position you were in, I probably would have done the same thing after getting Samaria. I might have bailed after Samaria, to be honest. I was really spicy instead of doing the rest of the dungeon, but But
I paused there too for a second after I got to more. I'm like, oh, I think Tyler would leave. I have to. I kind of want to leave, but I just can't do it. I like had no idea how you're going to come into this, so I'm like, yeah, just play your game and see how it goes.
I think that was a super defensible decision by you. I wouldn't feel bad about that.
Tyler, I was noticing you actually paused for a moment. It looked like you were contemplating rushing Helma after getting the big key.
Yeah, I thought about it. And then I could not tell you what my thought process was in that moment anymore. But I did think about it, and then I was like, no, this is a pendant, you know. I wasn't going to commit to it right away. I wanted a little bit more time to think about the decision. But I definitely did consider it, which is something that I like to do. If it had been Crystal, I obviously would have gone. I probably would have gone right away, and then just gone from the back, or gone back in for the back of it. But yeah, I definitely thought about it, and I was like, all right, no, let's go to the back, and then give it a little bit more thought, a little bit more time to think about whether I actually want to do this. So,
so Gamma, I did have one question about your routing, which at the time looked absolutely brilliant, and then as we saw more things, it turned out not to work out quite so well. But your decision after Thieves, you got the Fire Rod in Thieves, but you decided to go down to Dig Game anyway rather than Skull Woods.
So I was considering, like, I didn't expect to get Fire Rod. I wasn't planning to touch Skull Woods when I went to Village. I'm like, I think what I'm gonna do is finish Village after Thieves Town, go to Dig Game, grab the Smiths, combo it with a shovel, and then go back into Skull Woods. Shovel into Smiths, turn it into Skull Woods, and then I got the mirror. I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty nice. I could just continue my route, going to South Dark World into Hype Cave, not Orphan Shovel, do Shovel with Stumpy, and from that loop, just go, save and quit and go King's Tomb, Bonk Rocks into Skull Woods. But I also wasn't anticipating the flippers came along as well, so I was like, do I touch Swamp? It's like, I'm missing like several things. I think it's not the worst, but I did hear, Tyler, do you have the bug net?
I sure don't have the bug net. Where was it?
That's a shame. That's a shame. I'm very disappointed.
Well, where was it?
Left side swamp.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah, I skipped it initially.
Along with the cape.
Man,
that was
cape would have been nice. Cape was
in Laser Bridge. It was in Laser Bridge.
Oh, that was Laser.
Okay.
Wait, what was the other thing on left side? Oh, the mail was on left side swamp. I remembered there was a safety there.
Yeah. But I didn't feel too bad. I'm like, I just skipped left side. I got the bow. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Let's continue on the route. Get the flute, get the ice route. It's like, okay, I think I'm kind of hitting the route.
Definitely seemed like that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't feel bad. Like with my decision making, I feel like it was all right. Just that's how it goes sometimes. My biggest bailout was I hope Tyler goes into Dark World without hookshot on hand and does a full loop. Goes into pod, doesn't, is unable to clear because no hammer, because no hookshot. That was like my only thing I kind of had in mind. Like maybe he just doesn't touch Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, I feel like I am pretty, especially like knowing that there were 3 items between the front and Dark Cross. I was definitely I went there before. Like I didn't last location it, but the Moon Pearl was my last piece of the Dark World puzzle. I got the hook shot out of Hyrule Castle, went straight up the mountain with it, and then felt bad when I came back down and got the Moon Pearl, and I was like, oh crap, Gamma very easily could have had the Moon Pearl on his first trip up the mountain, and so I decided to. After memeing and rushing our 2 least favorite checks in the game, just as a hedge, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go up the mountain and grab these Dark Death Mountain checks just in case, because it was very easily you could have gotten there. But that made me feel kind of late to the boots. Like I did a bunch of Dark World stuff before making my way to Thieves Town. So
Yeah.
that was kind of like, but
Yeah.
seems like we did things.
Yeah, I'd say you guys were maybe about 5 minutes apart to the boots.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Because
Right,
Gamma
well,
did
yeah.
also full clear the mountain. I mean, he had the
Sure.
pearl, so he
Yeah.
only took one trip up there, but still, it
Yeah.
takes time to do that.
Yeah, I got that just in case. Like, if the pearl's here, I don't want to have to maybe double climb the mountain. Let me just do my Saha into, East West Mountain. And then I got the pearl. I'm like, okay, this works out very nicely.
Yeah. Oh, man. Whew.
Whoa, yeah. Still coming down off the high of that one. That was
For sure. I'm
was a
trying
good
to
one.
make brackets in like the most like heart attack inducing way possible. Starting 0-3, almost dropping. And then my spouse talked me out of it. And I was like, all right, I'll just play it out. And so now we one more win. If I can beat, I play Iconic in 80 keys on Saturday morning.
Okay, coming up soon.
Yeah, and so if I win, I'm in. So I feel good.
Ooh. Well, yeah. I think we're just about to wrap up here. So good luck in that endeavor to hopefully make it through to brackets. Gamma, you kind of got this group locked up, but still a couple of races, or at least one race left to go, I guess.
Yeah, this was my last one. So Tyler was my last opponent. So I'm
nice.
already
okay.
done. Yeah.
Good
Oh,
group.
so you had your second race with Ice Man?
Yeah, that was a couple of days ago.
Oh.
Monday? Yeah, I remember. But yeah, I already finished the series, so I'm finishing.
Okay, I guess I didn't see it in the standings.
Right on. Well, congrats on making it through to brackets. That's awesome. And any final thoughts, guys?
GG's Gamma, an absolute pleasure. As always, I'll be rooting for you in brackets for sure.
Yeah, thanks, man. GG's to you as well. And yeah, go ahead. Good luck. Go crush Iconic and, get yourself in there in the brackets. And hopefully we're able to give ourselves a rematch there sometime in the near future.
That would be fun. Would be fun.
But yeah, good luck to you, man. I'll be rooting for you.
And thank you, Restream. We appreciate it.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and thank you both. And yeah, good luck to you in brackets, Gamma, and good luck to you, Tyler, against Iconic. Please give both of these guys a follow. Hopefully we'll be seeing much more of both of them. Shout outs, of course, to our tracker, who is Lyra in Twitch and Adelie on Discord. So, regardless of which name you see her under, shout outs to her. And Sabo, I'm glad we could finally do this.
Yeah, great to be in the booth with you, buddy. Really appreciate it. You picked a good one for us to do commentary on, and yeah, it was great. We'll do it again sometime real soon.
Yeah, I figured with these two runners it was going to be interesting.
Right on.
But yeah, that is the last race tonight. Let's see if we have any on the schedule for tomorrow yet. Wow, we don't have any morning races tomorrow. Period. Like, restreamed or not, there are no morning races on the schedule. The next race on the schedule, which will also be the next restreamed race, Sean Rhapsody versus Crawl Tofu here on SpeedGaming Main in just about 12 hours, 1:10 p.m. Eastern. And
yeah, I guess that's gonna do it, huh?
yeah, and then we've got a full schedule for you for the rest of the afternoon and evening, so do check the schedule for all the other matches.
Good stuff. Right on. Well, thanks, chat, for hanging out with us. Really appreciate you guys tuning in for this one. It was a great race, and had a lot of fun hanging out with you. And I guess that's going to do it for us. So from me and Drosy, have a great rest of your evening, folks.